Rangers. What a story. Believe it or not, but they are one of the most successful clubs in the world. Rangers have won the Scottish Premiership 54 times, the Scottish Cup 33 times, and the Scottish League Cup 27 times. Crazy to think that after all of this success, they nearly fell off the face of the earth after entering administration in 2012. Today, things are looking on the up for the club from Glasgow. They currently find themselves in an intense title challenge with arch rival Celtic. Today, we are going to take them to a level they have only reached once, however. Champions League winners. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to another rebuild on the channel. Today, we head to the Scottish Premiership for the first time in FIFA 20, rebuilding Rangers, a challenge that I have only done once and I absolutely love doing it. Let's go and do it once again. If you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild with Rangers, however, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. We're posting rebuilds on the daily in December, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Happy rebuildmas. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. So the main objective is to win the UEFA Champions League. Every game in the rebuild is simulated except for the Champions League final. The transfers can be as unrealistic or realistic as we like. There's a big focus on the transfer window. And finally, of course, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules, let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting lineup is looking like for season number 1. It's a pretty strong side, to be fair. Pretty balanced side as well. Youth in certain areas, but age and experience in others. Doesn't mean there's not business to be done though. I want to bring in a new left back. I want to bring in a new starting attacking midfielder, potentially a new goalkeeper, and maybe even a younger new centre midfielder. So there's work to do. Let's get in and get it done. Our opening signing in charge of Rangers is for a new left back. It is Rico Henry, joining us from Brentford for £2.7 million. A player departure as well here. Jamie Murphy off on a German adventure off to Hanover 96 for £2.2 million. We have spent £4 million on a new attacking midfielder, Gonzalo Moroni, coming across here from Sampdoria. Very happy with that pickup. We got him for a pretty good price as well. This kid looks like he's going to be an absolute weapon for us. And we have decided to sell Scott Arfield to Cruz Azul here for £5.6 million. We've sold Arfield and got a big replacement, a massive upgrade. I wouldn't even say a replacement. We've brought in Serdar from Schalke, £10.5 million for the German midfielder. And he's got a game face as well, which I'm very happy about. So a busy start to life at Rangers. Henry, Moroni, and Serdar all into the club. Murphy and Arfield out of it. And this is now what the starting 11 looks like. We've got our young pieces in there. We've got a little bit of an upgrade as well at certain areas. But a pretty balanced side, I would say, for the most part. Let's see how we're tracking in the Scottish Premiership come the 1st of January. So at this point in the competition, on the 1st of January, we find ourselves sitting in 2nd position. But the Scottish Premiership is a weird one. I think they have a playoff, like they have a second stage of the season where the top half of the table and the bottom half of the table go into different competitions, and that helps decide the champion. So we've got to make sure we get ourselves in a position to be within striking distance of the champions, which we are at the moment. As long as we can keep finishing first, then we'll get Champions League. I don't think finishing second gets Champions League football in Scottish football, but I might be wrong. And we have spent £11.6 million to bring in Matheus Cunha from Leipzig. The Brazilian is going to be playing attacking mid for us. How are you already unhappy? He's going to be playing attacking mid for us, however, even though he's listed as a striker. He can do both. Get you a man that can do both. So Cunha joins us here in the transfer window, and our side continues to improve. Morelos out for a few weeks, but can we push on Celtic? Can we go and get the league title? Can we qualify for the Champions League in Season 2? Let's go and find out. So in the first stage, we have finished in second position. Celtic go undefeated. We're 11 points behind them. But in the second stage, we have finished 6 points behind them. We didn't actually lose a game in the second stage, but unfortunately, it is going to be Celtic qualifying for the Champions League next season. I believe ourselves and Aberdeen are qualified for Europa League football, so at least that premise is understandable now. In the bottom group, not that it really matters because the second division isn't in FIFA. You have Livingston finishing bottom, but we're more worried about the championship group. We did manage to lose the Scottish Cup. I was going to say win, but we lost to Celtic in the Old Firm derby on penalties. Barcelona did take down Liverpool to win the Champions League, and Juventus took down Borussia Dortmund to win the Europa League. For ourselves, in the Europa League, we were eliminated in the group stages. So an up and down start to season 1. We made some fantastic signings for the squad. Still a lot more to do, but we couldn't make that push for the title. I really want to get a Champions League spot as well as soon as possible. Regardless though, we're going to crack on to Season 2 with Rangers and see what we can do. Season 2 begins with an upgrade in between the sticks. It is Dean Henderson coming across from Manchester United. We have signed the young English goalkeeper for £11.4 million. So we have sold James Tavernier to Celta Vigo here. I want to make an upgrade at the right back spot, so we have sold him for £7.1 million. And a player departure here again, as we have sold Barisic to Aston Villa. £4.9 million for our former left back. Decent price. Let's go and get ourselves a new right back. And we have sold Wes Fotheringham to Besiktas, £3.4 million for our former goalkeeper. There it is. We pick up a new right back for the starting 11. Another player from the Premier League, another English talent. It is John Joe Kenny, signing for £10 million from Everton. We've sold our Swedish centre-back Philippe Helander to Dusseldorf in the German leagues. We managed to get £8.7 million for him, which I'm happy about. So let's go upgrade our defense even more. Nico Elvedi joining us here at Rangers. We have brought the Swiss centre-back across from Borussia Mönchengladbach for £15.5 million. So I'm very, very happy with how this transfer window turned out. Henderson, Kenny, and Elvedi all into the club. Tavernier, Barisic, Fotheringham, and Helander all out of it. And all of a sudden, our squad has just gone up to another level. We've gotten rid of most of the older players who can't really grow that much. So it's now all steam ahead. Let's see if we can win the league title this season. Sold another player to Aston Villa here. We're doing a lot of business with them, but we've sold Jordan Jones to Aston Villa here. He wanted out of the club, so we decided to sell the Northern Irishman for £8.2 million. I fully forgot to check in with you guys on the 1st of January, but we are here halfway through January. I'm trying to make some business happen, but we have gone 23 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, and we're 10 points clear at the top of the Scottish Premier League, Scottish Premiership. We are killing it, man. This is fantastic. I thought maybe we'd be battling it with Celtic this season, but it looks like we're starting to streak so far ahead of them, which is great to see. Maybe a little bit of a controversial move here, but we have sold Ryan Jack to Fenerbahce. I want to make an upgrade in the midfield, so the Scotsman is headed to Turkey for £10.9 million. On deadline day, we have made that addition to our midfield. It is Jakob Jankto. I don't know if it's Jakob or just Jacob, but I'm going to call him Jakob for a bit of European flavour. We have signed him for £20 million from Sampdoria. 3 pieces of business this window, all with J's, triple J here. Yankto coming in, Jones and Jack going out, and then that is what the starting 11 is now looking like. Goldston, definitely the position that's going to get upgraded next is going to be the centre back, maybe a new striker next season, but let's see if we can win the Scottish Premiership here in season number 2 with Rangers. We have absolutely killed it this season. Not a single loss in the championship stage, just 1 draw. We have finished the Scottish Premiership season with 112 points. we have won the Scottish Premiership and we will be playing Champions League football next season. We have also managed to win the Scottish Cup over Rangers 2-0. You absolutely love to see it. Barcelona did take down Liverpool to win the Champions League here in Season 2. And Manchester United have won the UEFA Europa League 2-0 over Lyon. Did we make it past the groups this year? Yes, we did. Ourselves and Real Betis got out of the group in the round of 32. Who did we verse? Whoa, we versed Arsenal and got destroyed 8-1. Okay, so that is season number 2 done and dusted. An absolute 180 from season number 1. We're putting together a good side and it is really showing on the pitch. I am quite excited for season number 3. The third season begins with Ryan Kent headed to Craven Cottage. He wanted out of the club. I don't know why. I was playing him every game, but whatever. Ryan Kent headed to Fulham for £29.2 million. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Cunha up to striker and I'm going to go in for a top quality attacking midfielder. And there's one man that I have in mind. If I get him, I'm going to let you know, but I really hope we get him. We've got our man. This is exactly who I was thinking of. This is exactly who I wanted to sign. James Maddison, now a Rangers man. We have brought him across from Leicester City for £44.6 million, splashing the cash, paying the big bucks. But my God, is this guy not worth it? Being in the Scottish leagues means we have to go through the qualification rounds every time we want to try making the Champions League. We're going to be facing this side here. I believe it's Helsinki. I believe they're from the Finnish league. Well, I mean, if they're Helsinki, they've got to be from Finland. But let's see how we go in the away leg up first. Can we get some away goals on the board? Yes, we do. We get 3, in fact. Cunha with a brace and John Joe Kenny with a goal to his name. The home leg now, we're 3-0 up. Serda is suspended, but I'm very confident we'll be going through to the next stage, the playoff round. Let's just get this result. Let's get no injuries. That's the big thing. If we get a suspension, whatever. But the scoreline is a 5-0 win. Maddison with a brace. Henry, Yankto, and Morales all with goals to their names. That is what you want to see. It's 8-0 on aggregate. And now we set plans into motion to upgrade the defense. Connor Goldson leaving Rangers off to Schalke for £10.5 million. So we've been drawn up against FC Basel in the playoff round here to get into the Champions League group stages. It's a tough prospect, and the fact that we don't have a replacement for Goldson is still a little bit worrying. We've got Kadic, but let's see how we go in the first leg here away against FC Basel. It's a 1-0 win. Rico Henry getting us the goal that's going to separate the two sides, but definitely not the most comfortable start. Glenn Kamara is leaving the club as well, off to Besiktas for £6.2 million. Haven't got ourselves a new starting centre-back yet, but we have to play this second leg here. We're back at home, back at the Ibrox, 1-0 up. Come on, let's get ourselves to the group stages for this third season of the Rangers rebuild. Yes, we do. 3-1 on aggregate. Yankto and Maddison score. We're going to the Champions League group stages. There it is. We get ourselves a new centre-back. It is William Saliba, the Frenchman, coming across from Arsenal here to Rangers for £17 million. A decent price for a fantastic prospect. 78 rated at just 20 years of age. I'm so excited to have James Maddison in the side. I've been wanting to sign him in a rebuild for a very long time. We've finally done it. He's already 85 rated. He's such a step up compared to the rest of the squad. But now our entire starting 11 has room to grow, and that's a good spot to be in. So let's go and check out, for the first time in this Rangers rebuild, our Champions League group stage opponents. Oh, come on. What is that for a group? PSG, Manchester United, and CSKA Moscow. We stand no chance. Let's hope Man United play like they have been under Ole and not like they were under Sir Alex or virtually any other Man United squad, because this is tough. Nope, PSG and Man United have absolutely walked the floor in this group. They both finish on 15 points. We get 2 wins, but ultimately I think we're going to be condemned to Europa League football. At least we weren't CSKA Moscow though. They didn't win a single game. So we had a mediocre campaign, but just not the way to go this season, is it? The good news, however, is that we are currently top of the Scottish Premiership at the 1st of January marker. We're actually not second to, like, Celtic aren't second this year, which is surprising. Hibernian, Hibs, they're having a good crack at it this year. We can't focus on who is around us, however. We just need to make sure we keep winning the Scottish Premiership year after year after year so that we can qualify for Champions League year after year after year. No business done in this January transfer window. We had a massive opening one, don't have much money to work with. I want to see how these players can grow, given they've got just Scottish football to focus on for the rest of the season. Can we get the dynamic player potentials working to our full advantage? We'll wait and see. Let's also see if we go back to back in the Scottish Premiership. I think we've had the exact same record as we did last season. We've gone 5-0 in the Championship group. We're 112 points. We've won the Scottish Premiership again. Not a single loss in the entire season. You absolutely love to see it. This has to be the standard now. Anything less than this is a disappointment moving forward. We've also won the Scottish Cup for back-to-back seasons now. Celtic are definitely in our rear vision mirror. Atletico Madrid have taken down Liverpool to win the Champions League, and AC Milan have taken down Spurs to win the Europa League. I know we made it to the round of 32 just because we got eliminated from the Champions League, and we got through to the round of 16. We took down Real Betis. In the round of 16, we lost 3-1 to Wolfsburg. Continuing to improve, continuing to make strides here. Season 3, we made it to the group stages of the Champions League, but next season, barring getting into the group of death again, we should be making it to the knockout rounds. Let's crack on in Season 4 with Rangers. The left back position for us has been lagging behind for the majority of this rebuild, but today we have decided to upgrade it. It is going to be Zinchenko coming across from Valencia, the Ukrainian left back, joining us here for £35.5 million. He's an end game player in my opinion. And we have decided to sell Rico Henry to Dusseldorf. We managed to get £18 million for him, which I'm somewhat impressed by. So best of luck, mate. We've moved on though. This is not a transfer I wanted to make. Gonzalo Moroni was a player that I thought we could take from the 70 ratings all the way to his potential and even past it. He was the type of player that could and probably still can hit the 90s, but he wanted out of the club desperately. So I've accepted £54.4 million from Crystal Palace for his transfer fee. Let's go and get somebody decent, a better upgrade, but this one still hurts. What a pickup. We have signed Nicolo Barea from Lazio. He's 87 rated, he's in his mid-20s, but the best part is he had a release clause of £41.7 million, which we have triggered. He's worth so much more than that. Nico Barea, welcome to Rangers. Are you kidding me? Nico Barea's been here a week and he's already done his ACL. Get stuffed. Okay, Helsinki, I see you out here trying to get past us again in the qualification rounds. It's not going to happen. We're going to get a big result here. We're going to get plenty of away goals. Are we? 4-0, there it is. If you speak it, it'll come into existence. Zinchenko, Madison, Morelos, and Cunha all scoring goals. That's what you want to see. Our chances of qualification into the playoff rounds are looking very strong here. 4-0 up. Let's just get it done and dusted. Let's get through to the next round of the Champions League. 5-1. It's what you want to see. So it's 9-1 on aggregate. I know we upgraded the defense last season, but we're doing it again. We've signed Ferro, the Portuguese defender. We've signed him from PSV for £38.3 million. So here we go. We've got past this stage last season, but we're back again. It is the playoff round. We're traveling to Croatia here, taking on Dinamo Zagreb. We are without Kenny here, our right back, and also obviously without our new midfielder. We're going to have a little bit of a rotated side. Ferro making the debut, and it's a 2-0 win. No Barea, no problems. Aribo scores. Ferro scores on debut. Good start, that. So we're in a strong position here, trying to get back to the Champions League group stages. Come on, lads. We're 2-0 up. Let's get it done, and let's get it done cleanly. Another 2-0 win. Kenny with a yellow card. But we're going through once again to the Champions League group stages. 4-0 on aggregate. here's to hoping we don't get placed in the group of death again. Zinchenko, Barea, and Ferro all into the club. Henry and Maroni out of the club. I'm honestly pretty surprised with the business we've been doing and how quickly we've been moving on with Rangers here. I thought this would be like a 7 or 8 season sort of rebuild. I honestly think we could win it this season, maybe next season, if not the season after that. This season might be a bit of a stretch. We've got to hope our players continue to grow though. But let's go and check out our group for the Champions League. It's not as difficult as last year, but it's still a tough group. Real Madrid ourselves, Bayer Leverkusen and Lokomotiv Moscow. I would say we're going to be battling it out with Leverkusen for that second spot. But let's just find out. Let's figure out our fate and see if we're through to the knockout rounds in 3, 2, 1. Oh, come on. We've missed out by an inch on the Champions League knockout rounds. Finishing in third on 9 points. Leverkusen and Madrid both on 11 points. So we're 2 points away from taking down both of them. That is frustrating. I think it means we'll be playing Europa League football again this season. So, yeah. At least things are still going well in the Scottish Premiership, but a little bit concerning. Celtic's starting to pick up their act again. They're only 5 points behind us, so we need to make sure that we remain top of the table. We are going to make our first pre-contract signing here in this Rangers rebuild. We're signing Lucas Paqueta, who is already 88 rated at age 25 to join our midfield next season. What I'll do is I'll put Hugh into attacking midfield, and Nico Barea will move down into centre midfield with Yankto either going to the bench or sold on for money, but Lucas Paqueta will be joining us next season. Paqueta joining us on a free is the only piece of business to talk about in this transfer window. Once we have him, our side's just going to look insane. Next season, I'll hope our defense would grow a little bit more, but we're starting to put together a Champions League contending roster. Things are starting to look very, very up for Rangers. Let's get to the end of the season and hopefully record another Scottish Premiership League title. Let's go! We've won yet another Scottish Premiership. We've absolutely, Celtic had it very tight there at the middle of the season, and I was a little bit worried deep down, but we've just taken things to a new level in the Championship group once again and finished 13 points ahead of Celtic. A few more draws this season than I would have liked for, but I cannot complain when we're winning the league by 13 points. We've absolutely destroyed Hibs in the Scottish Cup though. 5-0. What is doing? Barcelona take down Man City to win the Champions League this season, and Real Sociedad took down Roma. I know we made it to the round of 32. How did we go in that? Because we got eliminated from the Champions League. In the round of 32, we took down Genk 6-2. In the round of 16, we lost to Bayern Munich 3-2. So we got eliminated in the round of 16, but that's not the worst side to lose to. The team we are building is absolutely insane. And with Paqueta coming in next season, it's only going to get more ridiculous. Rangers, it's looking very good for you guys. So we haven't done any business yet to kick off season number 5. I'm in the process of doing some business, but we have to worry about the qualification rounds of the Champions League again. It's Scottish football versus Irish football, Rangers versus Dundalk. This is what the first leg is going to end up as: a hat-trick to Morelos, a goal to Zinchenko, and a 4-0 aggregate lead. I told you I was working towards something massive. Anthony Martial joining us here at Rangers. The Frenchman is going to become our new starting striker, signing for £72.6 million from Juventus. So excited to see what Martial can do for us this season. We're in a very strong position here, headed into the second leg. Anthony Martial, time for him to make his debut. We're 4-0 up, 4 away goals, and we 6-0. Would have been 7-0 if Martial scored the penalty. We're through to the next round, the playoff rounds, 10-0 on aggregate. Okay, playoff round time. I'm still trying to make some more business happen here in the transfer window, but all good things come to those who wait. At least that's what I'm telling myself. But we're taking on Molde here. I believe they're from Norway, so let's see how we go against the Norwegian side here. Can we get one foot in the door to the group stages once again? 2-0. Elvedi and Zinchenko, our defenders, getting on the scorer sheet. That's a strong start. So it's a move that might come to upset a few of you guys, but we have sold Alfredo Morelos to Stoke City. The demand for him and the money we got for him was just too good to turn down. £80.2 million. That is incredible. Let's use that money and help improve our starting 11 even more. The home leg now against Mulder, trying to make it 3 successive seasons in the group stages of the Champions League. Come on, lads, let's do it. We're 2-0 up. It's still not out of the picture, but let's see how we go. 4-0, you love to see it. Kenny with a straight red though, and Cunha with a little injury after getting a brace. That's a little bit worrying. And there it is, an upgrade to the right back position. Alvaro Odriozola coming in and taking the spot of John Joe Kenny. We've signed him from Real Madrid for £50.4 million. 2 players in, 1 player out. It's been a big window in terms of money being thrown around. Martial and Odriozola in, Morelos out. Our starting 11, insanity. Look at that attack. We're going to score a lot of goals this season. My hope is that Henderson, virtually everybody in our back line keeps growing. I would say our midfield and attack is really bloody good at the moment, but our defense still needs to pick their act up a little bit. Regardless though, the goal needs to be to go deep in the Champions League, but step 1 of that needs to be actually getting out of our group. We haven't done that yet. Are we going to do it this year? Let's go check out our group. We've been in what has felt like the group of death every season since we've been in the Champions League. This season, I would say, is the most balanced group we've been a part of, but it's the best group we've got a shot of getting out of. We've got Leipzig, we've got Roma, we've got Benfica, all really good sides on their day. We need to show it that we are a step above them though. We need to show we're separating from the pack. We need to get out of Group F. There we go. We're out of the group, ourselves in Roma, escaping Group F, and we finally, after so many years of trying, are into the knockout rounds of the Champions League, into the round of 16, and now the question asks, it beckons, who are we versing in the knockout rounds? Let's scroll across. We're versing Manchester City. Are you kidding me? No luck going our way. That's a tough opponent. To be fair, the majority of the sides left in the round of 16 are tough sides, but Man City are the type of side you'd expect to go all the way. Good to see though, we are putting in one of the most impressive performances ever in the Scottish Premiership. 20 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, only 2 goals conceded so far this season. We're on 60 points. We're flying. Yusuf Poulsen has joined as a backup striker here. The Danish striker signs from Man United for £26.3 million. It's a handy option to have in case anything happens to either Martial or Cunha. So just the one signing of Yusuf Poulsen in this transfer window. The side's looking strong. I want Henderson to go up a little bit more. I want to keep the faith with him though. Ferro is injured for our Champions League game against Man City, which isn't great, but we're going to get straight into that game now. Odriozola injured. Ferro injured, Barea suspended. This first leg away at the Etihad is going to be made even more difficult here. Thankfully, we've got some decent backups in Kenny, Saliba, and Yankto, but would have loved to have the superstars in our side. The first leg is going to end as a 2-1 win to us. Oh my, Paqueta. He's proven to be a big signing. He has got us 2 away goals. And with our stars hopefully back for the second leg, we have the advantage. Let's go. We've got Ferro and Barea back. Still no Odriozola. Thankfully, we got Ferro back because Saliba did tear his ACL. But are we through to the quarterfinals? Yes, we are. Certainly makes it 3-1. I did not expect to get past Manchester City, but now I consider us serious contenders for the Champions League this season. We've gone from pretenders to contenders. Let's go! We've taken down Man City, and now we have to take down Real Madrid, the Galacticos, in the Champions League quarterfinals. Another massive task. We had them in our group last year. Let's see if we can take them down here. You can probably tell by my tone, I'm nervous. Thankfully, a full-strength starting 11 is on the field here. Saliba still out of the reserves through injury, but after the first leg, the scoreline is a 1-0 win to us. Most importantly, we have kept a clean sheet here. Oh, that is big. That is massive. Paqueta, another goal for him. The Brazilian wonder kid stepping up again. We're 1-0 up here. 1-0 up here. We've got the ball in our court. If we score a goal against Real Madrid, we're going to be in such a good position here. Still no Saliba, but a full strength starting 11. Come on, lads. Please get us through to the Champions League semi-finals. We do! 3-1 on aggregate. What is going on? Let's go! Paqueta again! If I could get down on one knee and propose to this beautiful man, I would. Paqueta, oh, you're a king. You're an absolute king. We've taken down one side of Madrid, and now if we want to get to the Champions League final in season number 5, we're going to have to take down the other side of Madrid. It is Atletico Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals. 2 Spanish sides remain, 1 Italian, and 1 Scottish side. Hopefully the Scottish side will be played in the Champions League final. Here we go. The away leg up first. Come on, lads. We're traveling to the Wanda Metropolitano, or whatever it's called now, but we've got a full strength starting 11, same as the last game. Come on, Rangers. The scoreline is a 2-1 advantage to Atletico Madrid. Well, Blacks picked up a slight little knock for them, so hopefully he's out. Martial got us an away goal. Not the worst, but not good at all. We've got an away goal. That's the only thing giving me hope right now. Right. We're 2-1 down. We've got 1 away goal. This is huge. We've got to take down a very, very good Atletico Madrid side if we want to get ourselves into the Champions League final. Come on, fellas. Let's do it. Let's do it with Rangers. The scoreline is a 3-0 win. Let's go. Oh my God, look at their goalkeeper. They're playing Timo Werner goals. Oh, that is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. They've got Timo Werner in goals. Why didn't they put Aiden? I know that Oblak got injured, but look on the bench. Underneath Rashford, they've got a number 1. They've got Aiden, their reserve goalkeeper. They've played Timo Werner in goals, and because of it, we've scored 3 goals. Serda, Paqueta, and Cunha. We're headed to the Champions League final. That might be the funniest thing that has ever happened in rebuild history. Oh, that is unbelievable. Juventus versus Rangers in the Champions League final here in season number 5. What a season it has been. We've actually gotten through with a lot better performances than I had expected. And that 3-0 win against Atletico Madrid just topped it all off, didn't it? But we've got a massive, massive challenge now. The biggest club in Italy versus, I'm not going to say the biggest club in Scotland because I think that would send a few people off the rails. But it's Italy versus Scotland. Juventus versus Rangers. Checking out the other competitions, AC Milan took down Leverkusen 3-0 to win the Europa League. We have won yet another Scottish Premiership here. Only 1 draw all season. We only conceded, 6 goals across both the first stage and the second stage, so that's absolutely incredible. We're playing Champions League football again next season if we don't win tonight. We also managed to win yet another Scottish Cup. This year, though, it's not as comfortable as the time last year. Last year, we beat Hibs 5-0. This year, just 2-1. But it is time for a look at the squad report here. The massive, massive blow. Saliba being injured isn't great, but the massive one is that our star midfielder, who has been here since the first season, Serda, this man here, 89 rated, is suspended for the Champions League final. That really hurts. So 84 rated Yankto is going to come in and take his spot. We've put together an insane at starting 11, a great attacking force. Now we're going to have to put it to the test. Can we win the Champions League here with Rangers? Let's go and find out. 1972 was the last time we were in this position, but let's make it a successful return. Juve pushing a lot early on here, but we're going to hit them on the counter. Cunha going through to Paqueta. Paqueta over the top. Going to force Martial into the corner. He's going to flick it up there. Look at that run. Oh, why has he gone behind him? Wrong person. Follow up. What a save from Szczesny. Nothing went according to plan there, but we almost found the back of the net early. Emre Can, someone I looked at picking up on the attack as he goes to Santimina. Trying to drop back here with Yankto. They're on the attack. Good numbers here, Juve, but thankfully Emre Can gets selfish, I should say, and blows that one over the crossbar. All right, it's a free kick here for Juventus. Paulo Dybala sending that one in there. He's been unmarked at the back post. What a save from Henderson. We left them completely unmarked. That could have been very dangerous, but that was a great save from Henderson. Juventus really picking it up here. They're coming through again, forcing another big save in Henderson. We need to wake up. Corner here for Juve. Dybala sending that one in. We can't header it away. Nobody's marking De Ligt. Thankfully, he goes back to Emre Can. That one's gone out for a throw-in. Come on, lads. Look at that opening. Barea. Nicolo Barea. Look at that run from Kno. It's going to be Martial. Oh, save from the feet. Madison blasts it home. We have a very undeserved lead here in the Champions League final. I wanted to go to Cunha. It ended up going to Martial. And you'll see, Szczesny was kind of in no man's land. He kind of backed out, saved by the feet, and we go at the near post, which has thrown him off. Szczesny wrong-footed, going the other way. And that's going to be a 1-0 lead. What a finish from the captain. Paqueta going here. Early pass. Good pass. Come on, I'm watching you. Martial. Tony Martial's one-on-one with Szczesny. Martial, 2-0. Let's go. Gets his former club. We're still celebrating. It's the Champions League final. You've got to celebrate. We've taken a big step here. Look at that. Just beautiful running. You just draw it, you pass it, and a tidy little finish there. That's the big difference. We're converting our opportunities whilst Juve aren't. Juve are on the attack here. Lo Celso playing that one over the top. It's a foot race between Odriozola and Dembele. No, we've passed it straight back to them. Dembele, back post. Should have let that one go for a goal kick. Emre Can, the shot straight to the keeper. Another save. Lo Celso is a tough angle, but we're holding on here. Time is not over yet for Juve. They've got opportunities. They go through to Mitrovic. Mitrovic gets his foot to it. Is that a corner? No, Mitro missed it. Let's go. I mean, Alexander Mitrovic is my favourite player in the world, in world football. But he has missed that one absolutely terribly there. I don't know how we haven't conceded yet. Juve have just had a new attitude about them, really. They're on the attack again here. Leon Bailey, I'm just jockeying. Don't want to give away any stupid penalties or anything like that. Mitrovic going through there. Good. Come on, counter-attacking time now. Let's just hold on to the ball. We're going to win the Champions League here with Rangers, but let's do it in style. Let's put the cherry on top. Madison going to Martial. Martial, make that running behind. He does! Paqueta! 3-0! What a way to finish it! We're going to complete the Rangers rebuild here in season number 3. A beautiful counter-attacking goal. And that is going to surely be it. 3-0 up. It's been such an even game. But the big difference, I feel like, has been clinicalness. I've played so much FIFA lately that I feel like I can't miss. And it's really showing. Paqueta, 3-0. There it is, fellas. That is the full-time whistle. And we have completed the Rangers rebuild faster than I anticipated as well, to be fair. It was a fantastic season number 5. What a fun rebuild it has been, using some different players. Lads, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you're new around here. I will see you for the next one tomorrow. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.